been a while since I've done a commute to work, so I wanted to show you what I'm taking, and also I got a new bag to commute with, so let me show you all the stuff I'm taking and putting in the bag. I've got computer, work phones, charger, dinner, that's just the stuff to wear on the bike, hairbrush when I get there, wipes, like chargers, pens, ruler that I had since I was like 4 or 5, I used to love to have a stank engine. Clothes when I get there, notepads, that's it. So I'm all going to put it all into this bag. Show you. So it's like a waterproof, like completely waterproof bag made by Craft Cadence. Don't be put off by buses or other traffic, even if they are revving. So that was my commute the other morning, and I think for me it's just about getting into a routine, and that's something that I would suggest to everyone else that is wanting to commute to work, is getting into that everyday routine, because it is just easy sometimes to get in the car, but you have to realise why you want to commute to work. For me, it's most of the time it's actually quicker for me to get to and from work. I get a ride in, and it's just better for the environment. You're not polluting. Did you hear my throat then? That was weird. You're not polluting the environment. So I have a couple of other tips that I want to share with you about winter commuting. So I think the other thing, apart from like the mentality of it, is the actual physical thing. So the easiest way that you can get yourself on a bike is to pack your bag the night before. So in the video, like yesterday when I commuted, I didn't actually do it the night before, I did it in the morning. It was a bit of a faff because I was like running around trying to get everything together, whereas if you get up and your bag is fully packed, ready to go, it's so much easier. So I would definitely suggest packing that the night before. Also, what I would say is get better tyres, get winter tyres for your bike. I've never actually done this until this year, because last year I came off my bike and it wouldn't have been helped by thicker tyres, but I came off in the ice, so I'm just like, I want to get the best grip possible. So I got the Continental 4 Seasons, and when I actually took them off, the feeling of that one compared to the GPS, is it GPS? That sounds wrong. They are so, when you can actually feel the insides, they're so much thicker. So that's obviously going to help with punctures, because if you're in the rain riding to and from work, and then if you're getting loads of punctures, you are not going to want to ride your bike. It's just, I wouldn't want to ride my bike if I'm having to fix punctures in the rain. So that's another thing. So maybe upgrade your tyres, get some thicker, more puncture-proof tyres. So that's another thing. What else would I say? Actually, yeah, today, you can't really see, there's a skylight in this room, and it's icy, so don't feel like you have to do it every single day. I've done it twice this week, and like I'm not going to do it today because it's icy, but even those like odd rides, if you do it twice a week, I mean for me that's 40k, so it's 40k that I wouldn't have done. So even if it's just once a week you do it, build up to it, do it twice a week, then 3 times a week, but don't beat yourself up if you can't do it every single day, because I think sometimes in the past I am guilty of doing this, where you feel like, if I'm not going to do it every day 100%, then what's the point? And that is just so destructive. That's such a destructive mentality, because then you never do anything. So I've got to have a little word with myself about that. Oh yeah, an extra thing I would say is always take 2 pairs of lights. So always have 2 lights at the front, 2 lights at the back, in case one of the battery goes like on your way in or on your way out. Because if you're riding in the dark and you haven't got lights, I mean, I'm sure you know this, but I always just take a backup just in case. So that's another little tip. And so actually getting your stuff to and from work is also part of the issue of stuff, because before I was like, well, how am I going to get all my food? How am I going to get everything there? I personally, I mean, I've never used panniers, but I really like the Revelate design, like the Viscascia saddle bag. So I generally used to put a load of stuff in that and then just take my regular backpack that I use every day. However, in winter, like that is just, when it's raining, it's not waterproof, it gets absolutely drenched. So a waterproof bag, I think, is just, you have to have a waterproof bag. But I mean, it's like, do you like the Ortlieb pannier bags? It's the same material as that. It's not a sponsored video, but if I like a product, I will tell you about it, like I have with the tyres, like I have with all the other stuff in the past, with the Revelate bag. Really rate the bag. I'm going to do a bit of an update in like 6 months, seeing how it actually lasts, but I've done a few rides with it, it's comfortable. And one of the main things that I struggle with backpacks is, because I'm not really a big fan of having a bag on my back when I'm riding, is the straps. Like, I genuinely have to have women's specific bags. Like my Osprey bag that I take when I'm always travelling, or basically my everyday bag that I take to work, is a women's specific. I've got 2 bags and they are both Osprey, and they have to be women's specific for me because my shoulders are fairly narrow, I guess, because I'm female. And in the past when I've tried male bags, they're just too big, whereas that bag, it's so adjustable that it does actually fit to your body, because that's the worst thing. When you've got a bag on your back with weight on it, if your bag doesn't fit you properly, that weight is going to hurt and it's going to flap around, whereas that bag did actually fit quite well across my chest and across my waist. So that is a plus of that bag, that it can be adjusted, I guess, for females. But yeah, if you've got any winter commuting tips, let me know, because I need the inspiration at the minute as well, because it is hard. I'm not gonna lie, it is hard getting out of bed and getting on the bike, but I always feel great once I've done it, so just bear that in mind. Like I say, leave your comments below, leave your tips below, and I will see you next video.